Welcome into Average Joe Sports Talk, our weekly college football preview. We hit on the Alabama LSU game a few minutes ago. We're going to go ahead and hit on a few more games, and then we're going to shut this one down very brief, seriously, this time. I want to start out with Georgia at Kentucky. I think the second biggest game as far as implications of postseason. Without a doubt.
On this game, yeah.
Obviously in the SEC, but around the nation. Georgia, a 9-point dog in Lexington. Is that disrespect for Kentucky, or do you think that's on par with?
But Georgia's a
9-point favorite. Sorry,
yeah.
Give it up now.
No, I think it's about right. Looking at Kentucky, and maybe it's just because we're used to viewing Kentucky the way that they've been in past years. But I feel like a 9-point line is about where it should be. Can Kentucky overcome that? I think they can if they can put all the pieces together, which would include Benny Snell having a good game and Terry Wilson being able to throw the ball effectively.
Now, Wilson, for the first time, broke out last week.
He did. We've kind
22
of
of 31, 267, a game-winning touchdown.
We've been very hard on him this year, and he come out, had a good game, and like you said, had less than a minute, drove him down the field and scored a winning touchdown.
Now, Benny Snell, very interesting enough, has been held under 70 yards 2 out of the last 3 games. That happens again against Georgia, they're beat.
They're beat. There's
beat.
no way.
Now, one thing in their favor is Georgia's not that good up front. Florida had all day to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
All day to throw the ball. In my opinion, ifs, cans, shoulds, and coulds is out the door.
And I
Florida
think
had every chance of winning it.
I think Kentucky has a very, very underrated offensive line. I think they're
And defensive line.
I think they can handle themselves against Georgia in the trenches. And if Benny Snell can get going and open up that passing game, if they can get Benny Snell and Terry Wilson, which I don't think they've had both of them going at the same.
Florida, they both played pretty good.
Yeah.
That's before we had our players.
Yeah, but Benny Snell had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Broke for a couple long ones. But I think if they can get going, I think this is a fourth quarter game.
How much does Georgia have left in the tank after that big game last week? Too?
Yeah, I mean they are. It seems like they're just leaving it all out on the field.
Yeah, they had to last week. I mean, I give them credit; they beat us. But final score.
If Kentucky wins this game, they're SEC champs. That's never happened before. They've never been to the SEC championship game. I would love to see that happen, but I think Georgia pulls it out, and I don't think they cover. I think Kentucky.
It's a dogfight.
I think Kentucky keeps it within 7.
I say 27-24 Georgia in the dogfight.
Yeah, and
Georgia might come out here and smoke them though. They get momentum rolling.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but
how cold is it going to be there? I think that may play into it.
It very well could play into it.
Is it supposed to be this weekend? It's supposed to dip down once that rain comes through on Thursday over to the eastern seaboard. It's supposed to get cold, and it's supposed to be 41 Friday night here. So up there, I'd probably say low 30s, below freezing.
And that may not affect Kentucky, but I know it will affect Georgia.
At least a little bit, yeah. It's one of the most humid places on earth. Now, here's a game that's really interesting. 13th ranked West Virginia at Texas. Now, Texas is only a 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
Here's something that's really interesting. West Virginia does not usually perform good as the hunted.
No.
They usually perform good as the hunter. They always tend to fail in games like this. So you tell me what you think. Can Will Greer and company, Seals and company, can they get it done on the road in Austin?
I think they can, and I think they will. To me, West Virginia has a lot of momentum. They're coming off of a big win against Baylor. Texas is coming off of a hard-fought loss. And West Virginia's tied for first place with Oklahoma and Texas. All of them are set at 4-1. West Virginia's got Oklahoma coming up next week. I think they say they're 2 toughest games for the last.
Jeez.
But I think Will Greer and company get it done, and I think they win it outright.
I do too. I think it's going to be I don't think Texas can score with them. I'm going to say 42-31.
In order to beat West Virginia, you're going to have to score with them.
They're going to make you track meet.
Yes.
Get ready to put your track shoes on. I'm going to say 42-31 West Virginia. They cover and they win. And I think Texas dogfights them and West Virginia scores late to put it out of reach. 14th ranked Penn State at 5th ranked Michigan, who I think should be top 4 team in the nation. Now, here's the beautiful part about it. Coming to the big house, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to lead off on this.
Go ahead.
Michigan is about to throttle Penn State.
Yeah.
Penn State will not score over 21 points in that game.
I feel like it's two different. I feel like they're headed in two different directions this season. I like James Franklin as a coach, but for some reason this season, Michigan has just been putting everything together, and it seems like as good as Penn State is, as much as James Franklin, as much as I like him, they're just two teams headed in two different directions.
Their only loss is to undefeated Notre Dame on the road in the first start for Shea Patterson. Them two teams played again right now. I'd favor Michigan by 10 in that game. Even book.
I'd really like to see that game.
You know why? Because that passing defense is number 1 in the nation now. And if you don't think they've improved, that would be a test for Ian Book. I want to see Ian Book pass that test rather than Michigan before. Final score, what'd you say?
I think Michigan will roll 31-21. 31-21.
I'm going to say Michigan 28, Penn State 10-14 in that ballpark.
Yeah, that Michigan defense is
Their
legit.
pass defense is.
Yeah.
Their run defense is pretty good too, but their pass defense is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Listen right here, man. 16th ranked Iowa at Purdue. 2.5 point line. Iowa's giving up Purdue's giving up 2.5.
Yeah.
What's the kid's name? Is Trey? The kid with cancer at Purdue.
Yeah.
I'll Google it when we talk.
Man, I cannot. That game, it had me.
Oh yeah, Ohio State.
Man, I was pulling for Purdue. That was if you don't know it, it was he's a huge Boilermaker fan, and he's battling cancer. And
Tyler Trent.
Tyler Trent, yeah. And just a real good feel-good story. Purdue, how they lost last week, didn't they?
Yeah, they were getting beat bad, and they come storming back
That's right.
Michigan State, and
but I thought,
but they're back home now.
back home,
Tyler's still living. I'm sure he's gonna be at the game.
yeah.
That to me makes me pick Purdue.
I want to pick Purdue. I'm kind of a Purdue fan for the rest of the season.
And I like and on the other end of the spectrums, Iowa does
The wave, the hospital wave.
and that's great. Both stories are great.
Yeah.
Tyler Trent.
And these are, the records don't reflect it, but these are two really good teams.
And Purdue is on another level at home.
Yeah.
They were on the road at Michigan State last week, correct? So, yeah, I'm going to go with Purdue, and I think Purdue's going to win by double digits.
I think they recapture what they had with Ohio State. I think they go in there and get a win.
Last game, we're going to shut it down, and I know I want to apologize, but I can't apologize. I know we got a lot of Auburn folks that watch our show. We hadn't mentioned them on 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They've not come on our radar because what we do is take the biggest games according to ESPN and what fans want to see, and that's the ones we hit on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a shot at Auburn. I'm just saying that's the state of what Auburn's in right now.
You know,
a lot of upset people.
Yeah, we're from Alabama. We would love to have Auburn on every week and have them to be relevant. And
it's good for the state when both teams are clicking.
Sure. But that just hasn't been the case. And
yeah, they just haven't come up on our radar. And we're not saying that being arrogant. And this is not a shot at Auburn. Anybody that knows me knows my hatred for Alabama. Nobody in this world would want Auburn to be winning more than me because it really gets under the Alabama fan skin. But they just haven't been on the radar. With that being said, Jimbo Fisher and company's coming to town on the Plains. Auburn's favored 5 over them. And they're ranked, Texas A&M's still ranked 20th.
Texas A&M is ranked 20th. Auburn is unranked and a 5-point favorite. Now, that doesn't put something on your radar.
It was just like Texas A&M last week. You remember?
Yeah, Vegas was begging you to take them.
Begging you. Now, the difference in this game is, there's a big difference in this game. Auburn is not as dangerous as Mississippi State is.
No.
Auburn's not clicking on any at all on offense. The positive is they've had a week off to correct those mistakes. Can they right the ship to try to put something together before these games against Georgia and Alabama?
Auburn has not clicked this year, really. But like we seen last year, that offense, Malzahn, I don't know what it is, but when that offense does get to clicking, they're very dangerous. And I don't know what Vegas is looking at, but I never would have imagined that Auburn would have been a favorite. With that being said, I think A&M, Jimbo Fisher, I like him as a head coach. I don't think he lets his team get complacent. I think Texas A&M comes out and gets a win.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think they cover? I mean, you think they win straight up?
Straight up. So that means, yeah, obviously Auburn won't cover. So
You think they win straight up?
yeah.
What are you looking points wise?
I would say Auburn's defense is still pretty good. I would say 24-17, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M wins this game. There's literally going to be buyout talk Monday.
As there should be, in my opinion. Now, I'm not an Auburn fan, so I don't feel like I can speak on this, but I'm friends with Auburn fans, and I know that this is not something that is tolerated. And, at this point, it's almost, I hate to say it, and I don't want to say I feel bad for Auburn, but.
Well, let me say this. If you've had a bye week and that blueprint Mississippi State put up last week to beat them, and you can't come out here and beat them on your home field, just shut it down. I'm gonna go with my brother Montana. He's probably smiling when I pick A&M. I'm gonna pick A&M and straight up win in this one too. And I'm gonna say Kevin Steele and company will make it tough sledding for Kelly Mond, but I still think they're gonna put up 24. And I'm gonna say Auburn's scoring 17.
If
If that happens, it's buyout time, baby.
If they perform the same way they performed the last couple of weeks, they won't score 17.
I agree. We're going to shut it down. Guys, been a long review, been a long day. Spent the day with Josh Niblett. Watched Hoover practice today. It's been a huge week for Average Joe's. Had 100 people out last night from Gadsden City. Been in Hoover all day with Josh Niblett. Biggest game of the year. Biggest game of their year so far. Biggest game of the nation this weekend in high school football.
With Larry McCammon?
With Larry McCammon, interview with Larry McCammon, interview with Josh Niblett. It's going to be on ESPN this weekend. We're going to be on the sidelines. We actually just got notification we're going to be on the sidelines following Hoover throughout, doing a semi-documentary on them through the playoff run. That being said, we're going to shut this one down. Guys, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the bell for the notifications. This is Average Joe Sports Talk. Good night.